So, hello and welcome back. I decided that I want our little dollhouse project for the farmhouse to actually be on our Wednesdays when we get together. So today I'm just showing you my what I call my Oops It Fell Off the Cliff dollhouse. Now this dollhouse was listed for free in Omaha and my daughter lives down there, so I asked her if she would please go get it. And this is, as far as I can understand or as far as I can tell, I looked it up, the Arrow Big Wood Dream Dollhouse. It was made predominantly in 1978, and as you can see, there's some very 70ish wallpaper on the walls down there. Um, Also, from what I understand, this was the whole dollhouse. However, I'm going to show you another part of it in just a minute, and that I believe I think they made a small four-room dollhouse, and I believe that was what was added onto that one. Now, as you can see, for like this was definitely done in the 70s. You can see the wallpaper is very 70s, and it looks like contact paper. A lot of it, some of it looks like it might have been real wallpaper or miniature wallpaper. Still has, I think, all of its original curtains. There's sheer dotted Swiss. Um, the purple and yellow are taffeta, a very thin taffeta, and the bottom are just a really cool 70s orange. Everything about this house screams the 70s when it was made. And the lady who had the house said that it had belonged to her grandmother's sister. And so she didn't want to mess with it herself and offered it. And after about a week, when she was cleaning out the house, I got this off Facebook Marketplace, and she came on and she said, "Hey, do you still want this?" And I said, "Yeah." So we got everything arranged, and my daughter picked it up for me, and it's so big I have to lay it out on my living room floor. Um, but I'm going to go get the other piece, and I'll be right back. So this is the second part of the dollhouse, and when it was originally pictured on Marketplace, the parts I showed you were still attached to this long part over here. However, and I want to get you down here so you can see, God, I hope you can see the wallpaper. It's looking pretty dark in here. They were attached to this, kind of falling off, and it did look like a house that went over a cliff. So that's why I call it my house that went over the cliff dollhouse. Yeah, I'm just going to bring you in, let you see a little bit. If you can, this is really dark, and I don't get it. I am standing under the light, but yeah, we're going to have some glare there. Let's open it up a little if we can. There we go. And most of the parts of this house are still here, which is very nice because what I want to do with this house, I've always wanted to do a 70s house, and I really would like to keep as much as I can. I mean, this belonged to a little girl who obviously loved it. There are little pictures she put on the walls in there, and this also is, I do believe, really constructed with a lot of love and a lot of thought. And so I want to put it back together. The lady who had it told my daughter she wanted someone who would just love it, take care of it, and maybe restore it. And so that is my plans for this. There's the upstairs. Kind of don't want to get in the light side of the house. And this I do believe was a small four-room dollhouse they added on to make a bigger house. The only thing is they used some AstroTurf, and let me see if I can get on this side of it and show you the AstroTurf. You can kind of see it down there. I'm assuming because it was the 70s, they were trying to imitate green shag carpet. The AstroTurf came with the house. Shag carpet was in. It's a little shiny, so I might do something to maybe dull it down, or I might just leave it too, because that is how it originally was. So, yeah, this is not going to be a project we're going to do on YouTube. This is just going to be a project for when I absolutely have nothing else to do. I have enough dollhouses. I didn't need this. But free is free, and my daughter was in Omaha and was very willing to go. Her and her husband were very willing to go pick it up. And I'm going to, in a minute, we're going to go look at all the stuff, because as the lady was cleaning, she found a bunch of furniture that the little girl must have used in the house, and some other accessories. And I'll tell you what, it's a pretty big bag. So this could be a lengthy video, but I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in a bit with all of the little things that came with this house. I will be right back. Welcome back. I showed you the outside of my, sorry, trying to get the camera. I showed you the outside of my Dollhouse, what's left of it. And now I want to show you all the little things that came with it. And I had asked my daughter after she got it if, if she got time, if she would go through it and look at it, kind of send me some pictures. And she did. And it's like Christmas. It really is. It's like because there was so much that this lady found that went with the dollhouse and decided to include that, which was just amazing. A lot of the stuff is homemade, which is really cool. And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited about putting stuff back into the dollhouse. A lot of the furniture in it is vintage Fisher Price, so it's not quite 1/12 scale. I'd say maybe half scale. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, so let's get started because we have got a lot of stuff to look through. Um, First of all, there's a whole bunch of these little Christmas trees. They must have really liked Christmas. So there's at least two of these. And then there was this big white one. It's got some sort of snow type stuff on it. And they did put some little bows and some little, looks like little plastic ornaments on it. So that's really cute. Okay, let's start with, we have two of these, and oops, and these are these little vintage Fisher Price beds. And I think in there somewhere there's some bedding and stuff like that for them. So I got two of those with just plastic. Say 1977 Fisher Price toys. So I'm assuming most of the Fisher Price furniture is out of that era, around there. This little tiny wooden stool, which is really cute. Oops. Well, I'm not doing very good with that. Had an original price tag of $229 on it. There's these little chairs, again, probably Fisher Price. I'm not sure 100% on those. And this is part of a bigger set of this stuff. This is actually wood. I don't know if it's handmade. It just might be. Or if it's that dollhouse furniture that comes with the dollhouse kits or came with the dollhouse kits. It's missing a couple of knobs there, obviously, on the door. And so there's a bunch of pieces of that. Let's see. A little bit. Here's another piece of it, and I'm pretty sure it's possibly supposed to be a wardrobe. I think it's a wardrobe. And again, I believe this might just be that really cheap furniture that came with the dollhouse kits. Back in the day, they did that. There's a bench, which is 1/12 scale. Needs a little cleaning up. Everything needs a little cleaning up, but other than that, originally priced $7.98 for that, so that's cute. Now I do have a problem with scale. I like all of my stuff to be in scale and in scale for the house. So putting this stuff back in the house that I know is 1/12 scale and it isn't might be a thing for me. I'm not sure. Little Fisher Price stove, really cute. Look at those 70s colors. Takes me back, people. It does. We have a broken high chair, but I believe all the parts are probably there. Yeah. And then here's one of the two little wooden rocking chairs they had with it. Really cute. I had to laugh because my son-in-law saw my daughter working, digging through all this stuff, and she was obviously getting excited and having fun. He goes, "Do you get that for your mom or for you?" And I know she does like this kind of stuff. Here's a little sink that goes with the little stove. Again, look at those 70s colors. Absolutely cute. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff because I'm going to run out of room. I got too much junk up here. Here's another piece. I take it this is a little nightstand that goes with that furniture set. And I do believe there's a bed in there too. And again, most of this to me looks like it's more like half-inch scale, maybe 1/16. I'm not sure. Here's the bed that goes with it. And just a single bed. Oh, I've got all this down here in a great big bag. Then this is a little, this also must be a piece that came with the dollhouse kit. Look at the fabric. Okay, like there is nothing like like little, I don't know what you want to call them, and eagles to scream 1970s. And the colors, again, just just so 1970s. And I believe they probably made these. I seem to remember some material like that in the stores when I was little looking at that. Um, Another one of the Christmas trees. This one they have more decorated, so like I said, Christmas must have been very special to them because there are a lot of Christmas trees. Here's the fridge that goes with the Fisher Price stove, and it's very detailed for being a child's toy. Cute, very cute. I love those. I'd like to do a half scale 70s house. Yes, I don't need any more doll houses. And then like through it all there were these little, and I'm pretty sure these probably came with the Fisher Price set. This little orange fuzzy rug. Oh my god, it takes me back. I love it. I love the 70s, I do. Now here's one of many little lamps that they had made. Obviously, just doing like we do, using cap off of something and some other things. And I really honestly appreciate all this handmade stuff because it meant they loved their Dollhouse and Alright, now on the creepy side, these babies. These are in there. I tried giving them to my daughter, she didn't take them. They're very creepy. They are in their original, I believe, in their original blanket for this one. And this really creepy little guy in his original clothing, and he must have come in strong because his legs are very loose and floppy. Um, so here's a chair that came with it also, and again, they had made little cushions to go on the chair. All the 70s stuff. There's a little broom. Really cute. Yeah, so this was like Christmas. There's so much of it. I'm just going to start pulling out bunches of stuff. It's a shingle. This is a little table that came with it. In fact, I bought a lot of miniatures, and I have the same little table. So there we go with that. They obviously made their own fireplace right here. And I'm not sure what this yellowy colored stuff is, but it may be possibly, it looks on the sides where it doesn't have any, it looks like they put something shiny over it, or maybe it was the glue. It looks like the Durham's Rock Hard Water Putty, which you can still buy and is a very good thing to use. But yeah, they must, I'm assuming the fireplaces came with the Dollhouse kit, and then they decided to put real rocks on it. So the only thing I might do to this is make this gray instead of this caramel-y color it's got on it, because I don't care for that. Oh, let's see. This is the bathtub. I guess that was part of the Dollhouse kit furniture. So this stuff leaves a little to be desired, but it is authentic to the house and the time. Here's another mattress. I'm assuming that one on one of these little beds. All right. You aren't cute. This is a little Fisher Price shower that came with it. And I think that is just really sweet. I love this stuff because I love the 70s. The true 70s, not some of the stuff nowadays. Oh, look me, I'm dressed in the 70s. No, you're not. Sorry, I just had to think about that. This must have been off of something. A little rose on it. Maybe they were just making a picture out of it. This, I think, was supposed to be, I don't know. That kind of, to me, would be like a washer dryer, but this looks like a sink top. Not sure on that one. Another handful. That is a shingle. I think most of the shingles are there for the house. Well, they had some of these things. Now, I've seen them before, but I don't remember what they're used for. They're metal. They're definitely not Dollhouse, but they make great planners. And then here's a little bitty yellow rug. So cute. It's fur. I'm just loving it. There's a little side table. This does have a drawer. I do have the drawer. I just put it in a plastic bag with some other small stuff so I wouldn't lose it because it's a very tiny drawer. And then this TV, this came with the Dollhouse too. I have the exact same TV. I got it in a lot of doll furniture I bought. Another little homemade lamp, this time with yellow. I think that went in the baby's room. Two little Fisher Price dressers. Ew, what is that? Yeah. I don't know what that is, but I don't want it all over me. Whew. Okay. And the drawers actually do open on this little dresser, and there are two of these. So I think they went in the. I take it she had a little girl because it's pink and or it's purple and white. And then there was this. It looks like I don't know. I guess it was probably a miniature plate, and then they put some fruit on it. Really cute. I like that. That's very sweet. Here's the other little dresser, like the one I just showed you. All of this needs cleaning. Um, Another one of those cool orange rugs, and I also have a white one. That's another one of those little chairs, and this one has a purple cushion in it. White rocking chair that they did with yellow, obviously that got something on it. I would probably redo that. But yeah, that also obviously went with the other furniture, and I see it's the white and gold, so I'm thinking Provincial was something. I know it was something at a time, but I'm thinking they must have liked it. This is part of the crib. I think the whole crib is here, but it's kind of needs fixing, like the high chair. And I do believe all the pieces are over here. This must have been the table, the one with these chairs. It came with the dollhouse. And you know, it's a 112 scale dollhouse, but the furniture is not exactly 112 scale. I don't know if they did that so it would fit in better. I think this is a rug they made, same material as the curtains in the one bedroom. I have the second fireplace, just like the first one. These are heavy. These rocks and the water putty, if that's what it is, because generally water putty doesn't make things that heavy, but these rocks. And I've got all the rocks to replace the ones that fell off, so we'll be doing that. Let me grab some more stuff. I have a spinning wheel. This thing is ginormous. Now I know they had some big spinning wheels, but I think this one's just a little too big. So we'll see what I do with that. Probably just get rid of it. The same thing. Okay, I have a bunch of tiny stuff here, and I really was going to put it in little plastic bags. These little flowers. Now, if you remember the 70s, you will remember that these little dried flowers were everywhere, and they were on wall plaques. They were on, you name it, they were on it. And so I feel very fortunate to have some of them because you don't even see the stuff. Like, I distinctly remember them on the more 3D, like, wall plaques, and you don't even see those anymore. So I feel very fortunate to have some of these little flowers because they just really remind me of the 70s. I think this is part of the crib. I am not 100% sure, but there are a lot of bits and pieces. Another Christmas tree star. Looks like a little towel they had made. And this cute little squirrel is the cutest thing. He will definitely go back in the house. And then there is, well, here's a rock. There are like three of these little teddy bears are kind of creepy teddy bears, but we'll do something with them. And then there is, oh my god, he got decapitated. Okay, so there's this ginormous bathtub that won't be going in the house. I think it was a soap dish originally. Somebody filled it with like resin, and they put some little ducks in there, and this little duck got decapitated somewhere along the way. So I'll probably fix him, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this bathtub. It's cute soap dish, though, it would be. Then we have the bathroom set to the Fisher Price. This is so cute because the toilet really does open. Very cute. I love the green. Yeah. Another handful here. Okay, because we're down to smaller stuff. Another one of the little lamps they made. Some bolster pillows they made, I'm assuming for the beds. There's another one of those little purple cushions. Here is one of those metal things. I cannot remember what they use these for, but I've seen them with a plastic plant in it. Another purple cushion, obviously, for those chairs. This is, I believe, bedspread for something. Obviously, one of the beds, I just don't know which one it was ever intended for. And I got a bottle cap. I don't know. This wasn't made into anything. It was just in there. I got this in a big bag. Here is, I believe, this is probably the sink or the wash basin, probably the sink for the set that had the dollhouse furniture, or that was came with the dollhouse. Oh, yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Another one of those plants. This headshot, because I thought this was really cute and will be really cute in a child's room. There's this little 4-piece set. Let's get all the clutter out of the way. You can see this because it's really cute. Little 4-piece table and chair set, perfect for the little kids in your dollhouse. Just adorable. And here's some more vintage 70s flowers. Isn't that cute? I just love that little set. I think it's just adorable. Kind of reminds me of the furniture they had where they did the Crayolas or whatever, and they had the primary colors plus green, of course, because they always do green. Really cute. Here is okay, this is cute. There's no tank on this toilet, but it's one that came with the dollhouse. It doesn't open, but they did put the fuzzy seat cover on the toilet. How 70s can you get? I mean, really. This is, I take it, also a bedspread. It matches the dotted Swiss curtain in the one bedroom, so I take it that was probably the master bedroom. This obviously is a piece of something. I don't believe it went to the dollhouse kit, or it might have been where something up in the dormer of the house. I have no idea. Okay, here is more of the crib. Oh, this is a cute one. They didn't even have the upper or the side that dropped down. Cute. Well, we'll have to try to put it back together. And here's another one of those little washcloth-like things. Not sure what they use those for. Probably in the bathroom. We have, oh God. Okay, Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy creep me out, okay? I don't like them. My daughter was like, oh, look what you had. And I'm like, oh, guess what you can take home to Omaha. Yeah, no, she wouldn't. Which I don't think is very nice of her because they do creep me out. Here's a bedspread from all the other little beds that match the curtains in that room. And another little purple bolster pillow. This went obviously with the chair that goes with the couch. And they put a little cushion on top of it, really cute. Have a little train, which was an ornament. That'll be cute in little kid's room. Here's just a picture. These obviously came with the dollhouse of a pitcher and flowers. Cute in the kitchen. That's a shingle. Let's see. Then I have this little cauldron, and there was a bigger cauldron, and I gave the bigger cauldron to my daughter. That she took. She just wouldn't take this. There's a wagon wheel. I wish it wasn't so thick. I'd make one of those wagon wheel chandeliers and put in the house because they were really big in the 70s. The pillow that went with the bedding. The living room. I think this was probably the mattress that went with that pillow in that bed. Getting down to bits and pieces. Yeah. This I thought was really cute. Probably came with the kit. They made a table lamp to match in the living room. Those old table lamps that were pretty good at falling over if they didn't do anything else. How many of you out there remember those? And they would like tip over. Another one of those bears. Some more parts of the crib. Another part of the crib. Another bear. Miscellaneous junk. What else do we have in here? Anything? Are we down to nothing here? Other than a whack, there's another one of the fireplaces. I don't think there's anything else in here. And then these came with it. There's a lot of fixing to do here, a lot of things, but you know what? This is fun, and I really appreciate the fact they love this house enough that they kept it, and I'll do my best to try to bring it back to close to what it might have been. Okay. So then we had all of these, and it's amazing these even survived, given what the house looked like and everything else. The cutest little wooden coffee pot. Can't show it to you with the lid on it, but it's really cute. These little cups, and those handles are so delicate. My gosh. But they survived, and then there was this bigger wooden jug. And a few plates to go with this. like 3 of the little cups, all with handles intact. This tiny, it looks like a pitcher. Really cute. Here's a little drawer out of the little table. I did not want to lose that. It's so tiny. Another plate. 3 cups, 3 plates. That works. This is the dash to the butter churn. Goes in like that. And they can make their butter. I would put it up further. And then there is, I believe this is a rose hip, but if it's not, somebody please let me know. But anyway, that's about it for the stuff that came with the Dollhouse. I'm really happy the lady decided to include it. And she found it. Oops. I think we gotta put this turn dash back in here. Not so crazy about the teddy bears, but where did my squirrel go? I don't know. He took off. My squirrel left. I was going to put him in the bag too, so I didn't move him. The rest of them are just, everything else is just kind of rolling around in a giant bag. The duck's head in there. Yeah, I don't know where the squirrel went, but we'll find him. Alright, well, I'm going to put this all back in the bag. I want to thank you all for joining me for this. We will get back to the farmhouse on Wednesday. I just wanted to keep that one, going on Wednesdays because that's the day we get together. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to tell each and every one of you how much you truly mean to me, because without you I wouldn't have a channel at all. I want to thank everyone who hung in there with me while I was in the process of getting a new computer so I could bring you videos again. I missed you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.